Hey folks, how you doing? Well, time to get back to work on the tiller project here. See what I can do with this thing. It's got 4 seals that need to be replaced. 2 on the drive wheel axle shaft and 2 on the tiller shaft. And so I think that's the next order of business. Let's get this thing cleaned up. Get those old seals out and get the new seals in, and I think at that point we can probably start putting this thing back together. And those are the furthest in parts that I need to take care of. So let's get going. I'm just gonna grab my parts cleaning brushes and a little bit of mineral spirits and just work my way down. I think I'm going to plug that hole in the top though. So I think got that pretty cleaned up. I wonder if it might be easier to work on this if I put it up on something. So let's see what I got around here to put it up on. Okay, got the tiller up at a good working level here. Someplace I can actually stand and work on it. It's going to make a world of difference. The seals we have, and these are right here. That's 4. This one, this one, this one, and this one. This doesn't appear to have any seal on it. And there's a, let me bring you around here. And this seal, right here, that's in that, doesn't look like it was included in the kit. So I'm not going to be able to do anything with that one. So let's see. Just put you back over here. Oh, where to start? Let's do this one right here. Pull that one out, put this one in. Now we need to find a tool that I don't seem to have in its place. So I'm going to look for that. Well, that's disconcerting. Somewhere around here I have a slide hammer puller and I can't find it. It's not where it belongs. So I got to do something a little different here. Okay, in order to get into this thing, I'm going to have to go deeper. I'm going to pull these Allen screws out. Take this off, and that'll allow me to pound on these from the back side when I get them out. There, we'll do a little reposition here for you. Clean the junk out of each of these heads. I don't think my slide hammer puller would have got that seal out on the other side, to be honest with you. I was banging on that thing pretty darn good and pulling on it. She seems pretty stuck in there. I imagine it could even have a sealer of some kind here. Okay. These are loose. Interesting. Needs a little more cleaning. Okay. Yeah, we have a bearing. And a seal surface that. Oh boy, that's tough. That's tough. Tough. I might have to get a ready sleeve for that. Okay. Rubbing against something there. Why? What would hold it up? Just slightly larger? That doesn't make sense. Why? What? Oh boy, that gear is in really tough shape. Let me show you what's going on here. See if we can get that down. those teeth on this gear are really ground down. You can see how the profile's changed there, and it's actually expanded the teeth to wider than the opening here that the gear is supposed to come out of. If you look right there, you see the worm. You see the original spiral there on the worm. Okay, let me back off a little bit here. I have almost a quarter of a turn on the worm shaft before that gear even starts moving. So, I think I'm going to have to do a little massaging to get that gear out of there. And once I do that, we'll have to take a better look at it. So you can actually feel a very sharp burr right on the end of the tooth there. And a few swipes of the file seems to bring it down. And so I'm just going to start over here on this side and get these spikes off so that I can get the gear out. There's enough teeth on here. Had it there. There. Yeah, this gear is definitely shot. Okay, took a look at the transmission. It's got the high and the low, forward and back, and from what I can see in here, there we go, this is actually looking pretty good shape. That gear doesn't look like it's in too bad a shape at all, and those look in pretty good shape. So I think, other than the fact we got some rust and corrosion in there, which is not pretty, but we'll clean this all out. I think we're gonna be okay here. Well, I decided I needed to get a better look inside. This bearing looks pretty tough. You can actually see where on the worm drive right in through here. Let's see, let's get something to point with. Get something better right here. Okay. If you look right, you can see the actual gear is kind of worn thinner than it is over here. You see how thick that is, and then as you come up here it gets thinner. Probably still usable. I don't know. If that gear is replaceable. A lot of corrosion on this. The back one has a similar wear on the sides of the gears where it gets thicker and thinner. And both these bearings are really tough. So as far as inside the bronze gear here, that is showing a fair amount of wear on that. As we come around there here. I'm also seeing a fair amount of transmission gear wear. You see how thick those are? Those teeth right there, and those teeth right there. Come over here to this one. It's been running low gear for a lot of hours. And of course this all has to be cleaned up. To see what happens there. Get that. There's rust and crust on the inside of the box here from sitting. So that's kind of where we're at on this. Well, the disassembly of the main drive shaft is pretty good. I mean, it's basically, we've got a spacer pipe down the middle of the shaft. Then the gear goes up against that with a spacer and a C-clip that goes on the groove right here. And then the bearing with these two spacers up against that. And then the plate comes on the outside, and this seal actually looks shot because the spring for it is right there. Still have the race inside there, but I suspect both of those bearings are not in good shape. On the back side, we've got the pipe. The gear goes up against the pipe. These are both gears have there's keyways in the shafts there. This keyway's kind of looks a little tough, but then there's a spacer, and then the bearing, and then you've got these three rings that go up against the plate that comes in the back for setting that spacing. And it has a thin gasket there, and that goes right in the end of that pipe, right there. So yeah. That's how that goes together, and I need to take a picture of that so I remember how to put it back together. Hey tubes, how's it going? Well, we've got parts ordered. We've got a new gear here. We've got a new shaft there. Yeah, let's get you down here where you can see something. This gear is going to be new. That gear is going to be new. And this gear, which you really can't see because there's no light down in there. Here, let me get a light. There those two right there we're going to replace. But that means this whole thing and that whole thing all have to come apart. So that's what I'm going to work on today. See if I can get this disassembled a little bit better, more, whatever. Let's see if we got you. It's right here. And see what happens there. Okay, I think I'm going to start with this top shift. It's got these two. Oh, and I also printed off an expanded diagram, parts diagram, so I can see how this thing comes apart. And on those up there, we have a little roll pin that holds this piece in. So I think first order of business there is to pound that out. I just happen to have a punch here. And camera here. Let's see what happens when we tap on this. Okay, it's moving. You really can't see that, can you? I can push this over. There. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on the tall tripod looking over my shoulder. That might work better. There, that should give you a little better view of what I'm doing. Okay, I got that roll pin moving, but this is a taper. Need a punch, go all the way through there, and it looks like one about like this. That's what I need. And we should be able to tap that through there. Ooh. Longer. I guess that's longer. Anything? Yeah, this one might work. Just barely. Okay, put up. Let's stack tools over here. Put these parts over here. Looks like just a standard roll pin there. We got lots of new parts coming. So now I'll just repeat that on the other side. Okay, I see movement. See what I'm doing? Get the grip it. Get inside the lip. And there's that one. And there's a thrust washer. Okay, plus a rubber. I might have to order those rubber seals. I'm not sure if Tim included those in the parts order. O-rings. They are O-rings. That's what they are. Okay, that one's loose. And take that there. Oh yeah. Let's just slide right out. Goes out that way. It's going. Going. Yeah, it's going slowly. Okay, I need this one now. Okay, that looks like it's going to come out like that. That's keyed on that. There's a snap ring there. Okay, there's a keyway in there. I think we'll just leave this. Down in the bowls. Okay, here's the other bearing. And that one, don't feel bad. That one feels pretty good. This one, yeah, I think both those bearings are pretty good shape still. That gear is in pretty good shape. That gear is not. That's the gear that's shot. As long as I'm here, I'll get this off. Ouch. Thing is sharp. Oh, the key. Yes, that's coming off. And the key's there for that one. Okay. And there's those parts.